In his 20s, he had the drug problems, and it just, I mean, God, I put him in rehab so many times, and every time he'd be doing great.
For over a decade, millions of us have been fascinated by the world of the gold and silver pawn shop. Pawn Stars wasn't just a hit reality show about historical artifacts. It was our window into the lives of the Harrison family. We got to see 3 generations of men, grandfather, father, and son, run a family business under the bright lights of Las Vegas. The show's magic was its blend of family banter, amazing historical facts, and the raw, unfiltered reality of the pawn business. We were introduced to Richard Harrison, the wise and stoic patriarch everyone knew as the Old Man. His gruff, no-nonsense attitude was the perfect balance to his son Rick, the brilliant businessman who drove the shop's success. Then there was Rick's son, Corey Big Hoss Harrison, the apprentice learning the trade, and his childhood friend, Austin Chumley Russell, whose funny antics made us laugh. Together, they created something more than just TV. It felt like a weekly visit with a family we knew. Fans didn't just tune in to see the treasures. They came for the arguments, the jokes, and the genuine moments that defined the Harrison clan. But behind the on-screen deals and the global fame, the Harrison family has faced a series of profound, heartbreaking tragedies. The laughter that once filled the pawn shop has been silenced by immense grief. The story of the Harrisons is one of incredible success, but it's also one of deep personal loss. These aren't plot points in a reality show. They are devastating real-life events that have forever changed the family and the legacy of Pawn Stars. It's a stark reminder that even for those who achieve incredible fame, life can deliver blows that are as unexpected as they are cruel. This is the story of the Pawn Star cast members we have tragically lost. For years, fans welcomed the Harrisons into their homes through Pawn Stars. Many of us remember the sadness that came with the loss of the show's beloved patriarch, Richard the Old Man Harrison, after his long battle with Parkinson's disease. But a more recent and sudden tragedy has brought new heartbreak to the family, a story many viewers may not know. This is the story of the Pawn Star cast members we have tragically lost. Richard Benjamin Harrison, or the Old Man as he was known to millions, was the bedrock of Pawn Stars. He was the undisputed patriarch, the founder of the business and the show's moral compass. With his trademark fedora and stern expression, he commanded respect without ever raising his voice. On screen, he was the old-school grump who dished out wisdom in short, sharp, and often hilarious one-liners. But underneath that tough exterior was a man with a deep love for his family and an unwavering commitment to the business he built from scratch. Long before the cameras showed up, Richard Harrison lived a life of service and perseverance. Born in Virginia in 1941, he learned the value of $1 early on. His life took a turn when a judge gave him a choice, jail or the military. He chose the U.S. Navy and served his country for 2 decades. This was where he met his wife, Joanne, and started a family. They faced hardship early when their first daughter, Sherry, was born with Down syndrome and passed away at age 6. The cost of her care was immense, and the loss left a permanent void in their hearts. After retiring from the Navy, Richard moved his family to Las Vegas in 1981, hoping to build a new future. In 1989, Richard and his son Rick opened the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. It was a small operation, but Richard's work ethic was legendary. He was always the first to arrive and the last to leave. Rick said his father hadn't taken a sick day since 1994, a testament to his incredible discipline. He was the appraiser, a man with a keen eye for value. When Pawn Stars launched in 2009, the Old Man quickly became a fan favorite. He'd often sit in his chair in the back, observing the shop's chaos with a critical eye. His dry wit and his interactions with the cast were legendary. He was the perfect foil to Rick's ambition, and his good-natured ribbing of Chumley provided some of the show's best moments. Despite his grumpy facade, you could see the pride he had for his son and grandson. In 2017, fans noticed the old man's absence from the show. The family later revealed that he was battling Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder that slowly affects movement. While the disease itself isn't typically fatal, its complications can be life-threatening. For a man defined by his strength, it was a difficult battle fought away from the public eye. On June 25, 2018, Richard "the Old Man" Harrison passed away peacefully at the age of 77, surrounded by his family. Rick shared the news in a moving social media post. "Today I lost a friend, a father, a teacher, and so much more. The old man lost his long battle with Parkinson's this morning. Love you, Dad. See you on the other side." The outpouring of grief from fans around the world was immense. The History Channel mourned him as a beloved member of the Pawn Stars family, and the pawn shop became a makeshift memorial. The passing of Richard Harrison marked the end of an era for Pawn Stars. The iconic chair in the back office was now empty, a void that could never be filled. His legacy lives on in the shop he built and the values he instilled in his family: honor, hard work, and devotion. The Harrison family was still carrying the heavy burden of losing their patriarch when tragedy struck again. In January 2024, a sudden and shocking blow hit them, one that no parent should ever have to endure. Rick Harrison's son, Adam, died at the age of 39. The news sent a wave of disbelief through the public, a brutal reminder of how fragile life is. Adam Harrison was the Harrison the world didn't really know. As Rick's second son from his first marriage, he grew up alongside his older brother, Corey. While Corey seemed destined for the pawn shop, Adam chose a different life. He was a private person who stayed out of the spotlight that came with his family's fame. He had worked at the shop before the show started, but decided the world of television wasn't for him, choosing instead to become a plumber. His absence from the show wasn't due to family problems. It was simply his choice to lead a more normal life. The news of Adam's death on January 19, 2024, was first reported as a suspected overdose. The family released a brief, heartbreaking statement. "Our family is extremely saddened by the death of Adam. We ask for privacy as we grieve his loss." Rick posted a simple, gut-wrenching tribute on Instagram with a photo of him and Adam smiling. "You will always be in my heart. I love you, Adam." Corey also shared his grief, posting a childhood picture of them with the caption, "Wax WTF I will. Always love you, Bubba." The Clark County Coroner's Office later confirmed the cause of death: an accidental overdose of fentanyl and methamphetamine. Adam had become another victim of the devastating opioid crisis. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid up to 100 times more potent than morphine, has caused a staggering number of overdose deaths. It's a poison often mixed with other drugs, turning one mistake into a fatal one. In the middle of his grief, Rick Harrison made the brave decision to speak out. "Yes, I can confirm Adam died from a fentanyl overdose," he stated. "The fentanyl crisis in this country must be taken more seriously. It seems it is just flowing over the borders and nothing is being done about it. We must do better." His words were a father's plea for action to confront the deadly scourge destroying so many families. The contrast between Adam's death and his grandfather's couldn't be more stark. Richard Harrison lived a long, full life. Adam's death was sudden and violent. He was 39, his life cut tragically short. In a later, deeply personal interview, Rick revealed that Adam had struggled with drug problems for years. "In his 20s, he had the drug problems, and I put him in rehab so many times," Rick shared. "Every time he'd be doing great, and then it would fall back." You hear the same story from a million people. Rick's raw confession speaks to the helplessness so many families feel watching a loved one battle addiction. It makes you second-guess everything," he said. "Could I have done something different? I think I did everything right. But you just sit in your head, what if I did this? What if I did this? There is nothing worse." Reports later revealed that Adam had been released from jail shortly before his death and was found unresponsive in a guest house where he was living. The public response was one of profound sympathy. Adam Harrison's tragedy is an all-too-common story, but that doesn't make it any less heartbreaking. He was a son and a brother, and his death is a painful reminder that addiction can affect any family, regardless of fame or fortune. For Rick Harrison, it's a wound that will never fully heal, a father's worst nightmare come to life. We've walked through some of the most difficult moments in the lives of the Harrison family. Their willingness to share their lives, both the good and the bad, has created a special bond with all of us. If you have fond memories of the old man, or if these stories have touched you, please share your thoughts in the comments below. For more stories that look behind the curtain of your favorite shows, please consider liking and subscribing. The story of the Harrison family is a modern, American tale of hard work, family, and unexpected fame. We were drawn to Pawn Stars to see hidden treasures, but we stayed for the people. The old man's grumpy wisdom, Rick's incredible knowledge, Corey's journey, and Chumlee's misadventures. But as we've seen, the Pawn Stars story is also one of profound loss. The Harrisons have faced the kind of heartbreak that tests a family to its limits. First, they said a long goodbye to their patriarch, the old man, whose battle with Parkinson's disease ended in 2018. His death left an irreplaceable void at the heart of the show. Then, tragedy struck again with a sudden, devastating blow. The death of Adam Harrison in 2024 at just 39 years old from an accidental fentanyl overdose plunged the family back into grief. While Adam chose a life away from the cameras, his loss was felt deeply, a private sorrow that his grieving father turned into a public call for action. Through it all, the fame, the fortune, and the unimaginable grief, the Harrison family has carried on. They continue to run their business, film their show, and honor the memories of those they've lost. Their story is a powerful reminder that behind every TV show are real people living real lives, full of the same joys and struggles we all face. The legacy of Pawn Stars isn't just about the rare items or the money made. It's about the strength of a family that has faced the darkest of times together and has chosen to endure. In loving memory of Richard, the old man Harrison, a patriarch who built an empire on grit and wisdom, and Adam Harrison, a son taken far too soon. Their stories, though finished, will forever be a part of the incredible and heartbreaking saga of the Pawn Stars family.